Okay, so you watched two news clips that highlighted two pretty controversial events. One in the presidency of George Bush and one in the presidency of Barack Obama. Both of them were super controversial. They relate to the topic of executive privilege, another power that's not specifically listed in the Constitution. So, executive privilege is when presidents can refuse to provide information to Congress and the American public if they believe in doing so, it would jeopardize national security. So you can see like a little cartoon, like this kid is claiming executive privilege, and that's why he's withholding his homework. Like that's kind of making fun of a power that is like really powerful and is not in the Constitution. So in the case of Pat Tillman, it's an amazing story. Pat Tillman, NFL star, gives up his massive contract to go enlist in the Army Rangers following 9/11. Thinks it's his like national duty, and doesn't want any special treatment, and goes into the military with his brother, enters this elite unit, fights valiantly, and becomes this like national story. Unfortunately, he's killed in the line of duty, and initially the United States military basically tells people that he died heroically in this gun battle with insurgents. It turns out that the family was very skeptical of this military sort of report. They had reporters dig into more detail, and they found out that eventually, unfortunately, he was killed by one of his own men. And that the government had lied about the details and the circumstances of his death, clearly outraging many American citizens, but also his family in the process. So people wanted to know, like, why did the government lie, and who knew about this? Did President Bush know about this? Essentially, President Bush claimed executive privilege and refused to allow the people that work for him to testify regarding this matter because he said in doing so, it could jeopardize national security, infuriating many of Bush's critics. And then you saw Operation Fast and Furious, which happened under the Obama presidency. This attempt to try and track the way that weapons got to Mexican drug cartels. The United States government actually released weapons into circulation, hoping to be able to track them into these like Mexican drug cartels and track the flow of these weapons. However, they lost track of the weapons that they released, and one of them was used in the murder of a U.S. border agent. People were outraged at how this could have happened, and as you saw in the video, Obama and people that worked for him claimed executive privilege, meaning that they weren't going to share details involving the situation because by doing so, it could endanger national security. So executive privilege is pretty controversial. We'll talk later about how the court has limited presidents' ability to use this. But again, it's another power that presidents can use, the unwillingness or the inability to share information with the public and the Congress because they feel like in doing so, it would jeopardize the country as a whole.